Very few fighters have reigned over the 135-pound boxing division long enough to glorify themselves and the division to a point where they were held to the same elite standards as the prestigious heavyweight or welterweight division. This has changed quite a bit though. In the 135-pound division today is the man many call the face of boxing, Gervonta "Tank" Davis. He's been a nightmare for every opponent so far, so we went all the way back to 1991 to fetch a prime sweet pea Pernell Whitaker. He was the first modern boxer to be the undisputed lightweight champion, and was the only boxer to have this title in a period of over 50 years until 2020, one known for impregnable defense and one known for unnatural power. We're here to find out who wins this bout on paper. Let's start with the current king of the lightweights, Gervonta Davis. He has one of the most stellar resumes in the game, and with a perfect 30 wins in 30 fights and 28 KOs, he's one of the most exciting fighters to watch. The first thing any boxing fan thinks of when mentioning Tank is his punch power. But believe it or not, this isn't the only key to his high knockout rate. Davis is known for his explosive power, athleticism, and pressure fighting style. As a southpaw, Davis uses his left hand with devastating effect, often setting up knockout blows with sharp, precise punches. His power, particularly in his left uppercut and straight left, is one of the greatest assets, allowing him to end fights quickly even against high-level competition. Davis is an aggressive fighter, often stalking opponents and applying pressure. He uses his speed and footwork to close the distance and capitalize on openings. Despite being a pressure fighter, he often displays solid defensive skills, using head movement and upper body slips to avoid incoming shots before countering with his own powerful punches. A key strength is his ability to fight in the pocket. He excels at staying just close enough to land hard shots while slipping punches. His ability to carry power throughout 12 rounds makes him dangerous at any point in the fight. One of the best examples of this was against Pitbull Cruz, another exceptionally skilled volume puncher. A potential weakness is his tendency to start slow, sometimes giving away the early rounds as he gauges his opponent. He can also be hit cleanly due to his aggressive approach, though his power often masks his defensive lapses. Against elite boxers with strong technical skills, these openings could become more costly. None of the opposition amongst the names like Ryan Garcia, Yurocas Gamboa, Mario Barrios, or more recently Frank Martin could find any advantage in this though. Sweet pea Pernell Whitaker is an entirely different fighter from an entirely different era. He started his pro career as a 20-year-old in 1984, and by 1997 he had a record of 40 wins, 1 split decision loss, and 1 draw against arguably the greatest Mexican fighter of all time, Julio Cesar Chavez. In fact, Whitaker's career only started to take a dip when he was 33. After losing to a fresh Oscar de la Hoya, Sweet Pea had his next victory overturned to a no contest, then lost 2 more fights before hanging up the gloves, realizing he was past his prime. In his prime, he was a defensive genius and one of the most technically skilled boxers of all time. His southpaw style, combined with unmatched head movement, footwork and reflexes, made him incredibly elusive. Whitaker's defensive prowess allowed him to evade punches with ease, often making his opponent miss by inches and countering effectively. He had an extraordinary ability to control distance and frustrate his opponents by making them fight at his pace. One of his major strengths was his jab, which he used not only as an offensive tool, but to maintain control over the fight. His ability to slip punches and counter from unusual angles kept his opponents on the back foot. Whitaker's performance against Julio Cesar Chavez in 1993, where many believed he was robbed of victory, is a prime example of his defensive mastery, using his movement to neutralize Chavez's relentless pressure. However, Whitaker's reliance on defense sometimes led to less engagement, which could cost him rounds on the scorecards, especially when fighting more aggressive opponents. His lack of knockout power was another potential weakness, as seen in his fight against Oscar de la Hoya in 1997, where he outboxed de la Hoya at times, but couldn't hurt him enough to sway the judges. Now, for our conclusion, while Davis has improved his ring generalship, Whitaker's ability to manipulate the pace and distance of a fight would challenge Davis's approach. Whitaker's IQ in controlling the tempo could keep Davis from getting into a rhythm. Davis, while athletic, is more of a stalker who relies on cutting off the ring to land his shots. Whitaker's ability to circle away from danger and reset the pace would likely frustrate Davis and limit his opportunities to plant his feet and throw power punches. While Davis's strength and explosiveness could allow him a moment of success, especially in the later rounds, Whitaker's superior boxing IQ and defensive mastery would lead to a points victory, likely a unanimous decision. Let me know in the comments which fantasy fight on paper you'd like to see next. Also, if you're enjoying the content on this channel, please be sure to subscribe and leave a like on the videos. It helps us tremendously. Until next time.